Like a stubborn fish swimming against the current, the LIV League continues to hold events. Our fish here is on a luxury motorboat fueled by oil money. The next LIV event is right around the corner. It will be held on Trump's golf course in New Jersey. Before the next event, let's take a look at Tiger Woods' comments about the whole thing. So get cozy and grab a snack because we're about to gossip. First up, Tiger doesn't get it. If the guy everyone disliked in middle school was also very rich, chances are everyone still went to his parties. And if you were one of the principled kids who still never showed up because that would mean selling your principles for some very good chocolate fondue, you can probably relate to Tiger Woods and his confusion about golfers joining the LIV ranks. The last time we heard him discuss LIV golf in detail was in the press conference ahead of the Open Championship. And now that there's no question about the Saudi-backed Rebel League being a reality, Woods, who's nothing short of a golfing legend, was more baffled than angry. In order to understand him, you shouldn't forget that most of the players loyal to the PGA think that there was never a need for another golf circuit, let alone one being financed by the Saudi government, headed by the longtime foe of the PGA, Greg Norman, and having a different format. That's blasphemy right there, with a capital B. And Tiger Woods has been one of the most vocal PGAers about this since the very beginning. And we all know that when Tiger Woods truly commits to something, it must be very important to him. So basically, what he says he doesn't understand is the point of the rival league. And what confuses him even more is why all these golfers are joining a pointless golf venture. Also, this isn't the first time there's been a divide in the golfverse. In 1968, Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer also wanted to change and founded the PGA Tour by helping it break away from the PGA of America. Woods says that was understandable, good even, but not what Greg Norman's doing. His main objection? He thinks that LIV golf will stunt the growth of the game. He said so many amateurs have been planted in their organization, and with their 54-hole format, there isn't even any room for improvement or a need for practice and hard work. Speaking in professional terms, he sees it as the fast food equivalent of golf, like a greasy golf cheeseburger, which we know is bad for health and bad for growth. But then again, we wonder if he realizes that he kind of answered his own queries when he brought up the guaranteed money these players are taking. There you go, buddy. Who cares about nutrition if the burger's bussin' enough? The magnitude of bussin' here is measured in multi-million-dollar units. Next up, what does he think about those players? As the LIV League has continued to unfold, even some of the most ferocious defenders of the PGA, like Rory McIlroy, have softened their stance a bit. And the slightly less ferocious defenders, well, they're on the other side already. Looking at you, Koepka, with laser eyes. Not Tiger, though. The LIVers will never restore their graces in his eyes. In the same press conference, when he was asked about them, he said what these players had done was turn their backs on the organization that made them who they are. A lot of words to say traitors, if you ask us. What makes it worse, for the traditional golfers at least, is the fact that accepting this money means going against what golf has stood for all these decades, which is classy gameplay that involves, as Woods puts it, going out and earning it in the dirt. If you don't know already, the way the LIV League's designed means more money for less, and as the PGAers would argue, low-quality golf for more money. And the source of that money is an insult to injury. Why? Because it comes from the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, who, as you know, can sometimes be very mean, like canceling your subscription to Oxygen mean. Otherwise, he's a chill dude though, because he also invests in sports and stuff. This is why golfers like Woods can't seem to agree with the LIVers' decision, because according to them, they're helping the Saudi sports washing. Still, that's not all. Tiger also thinks these players have jeopardized their careers for attractive paydays. This is because the LIV hasn't been very successful so far in their attempts to get spots in the world rankings. He once said that the PGA pays well, and he's got enough so he doesn't need to go to other places just to find the money. Burn! Also, how could he let Norman go? Say what you will about the LIV golf, but it single-handedly provided so much this Open Championship. It started with Greg Norman not being invited to the festivities, and then the Champions Dinner, and ended with the Cameron Smith bombshell. So when Norman was asked not to attend, he called it petty, but Woods thought that served him just right. At that conference in St. Andrews, it was a lengthy conference day, okay? A reporter asked him what he thought about the Shark being left out like that, and he showed no mercy. He said it was the right thing to do because Greg had done things that brought harm to the game of golf. Considering St. Andrews is the home of golf, it was only fair that the man who broke it into two wasn't allowed to be part of its celebration. There you go. Absolutely no LIVers getting his approval, be it to the foot soldiers or the CEO himself. Tiger said, "Not on my watch." But what does the opposing side say? In the spirit of true journalism, let's also see what LIV Golf has to say in its defense against all this, shall we? So the PGA says that the Saudi-backed league's format is going to turn golf from a technical and intelligent sport to just a mere spectacle for seasonal fans. Think about the previously mentioned fast food metaphor, please. If you think LIV wouldn't have an answer to this, you don't know the man that's Greg Norman. He says his league is making golf accessible for everyone, and that's only going to help the game attract more public interest. past. The other thing he said is that his circuit was ready for a merger, but the PGA didn't cooperate. Instead, Jay Monahan banned his players from the tour, deepening the drift further. Oh, and the Department of Justice is conducting an anti-competitive behavior investigation against the PGA as we speak. This only gives more weight to Norman's claim that the tour would have resisted any new league with or without the Saudi funding controversy. Recently, the Great White Shark has also addressed this very controversy, calling out the players who bashed the LIVers for accepting the Saudi millions. He pointed out that these players themselves have sponsors who do billions of dollars worth of business with Saudi Arabia, not to mention the fact that the PGA has deep ties with China, a country not very well known for human rights. So does everything Tiger Woods said still hold true? We think in the end it's for the fans to decide. If anything, maybe the two sides should openly admit what the fight's really about. It's about time everyone gets off the high horse. Or is it? Maybe we'll have to wait a little more and see the shape this Cold War takes before we can decide what's what. Now that you're all caught up, let's see what else is going on in the world of sports. First, Gary McCord might join LIV. The 74-year-old Gary McCord, his funky hooked mustache, and wry humor are about to join the LIV Golf's broadcast team. McCord, who's a former PGA player and has had an extensive career as an announcer on CBS Sports, has already had 2 meetings with Greg Norman and is about to have a third. He says it isn't about the money, it's just that at his age, he finds it exciting to get calls for new job opportunities. And Cameron Smith is almost there. TMZ Sports reported that Cameron Smith is nearing his deal with the LIV League. This means that the rumors were true, and that him getting annoyed at the reporter for asking about the Saudi-financed league wasn't for nothing. Smith just won the 150th Open Championship, and right after that started acting really sus when he was asked about the speculations of him joining Norman's ranks. He very awkwardly answered that he doesn't know about these things and he doesn't want to talk about them. Now we know what was up. Lastly, Greg has a new nemesis. Brandel Chambly, who's a golf analyst and a commentator, is a fierce critic of LIV Golf. Chambly has even suggested that Greg should be removed from the World Golf Hall of Fame. You know what it means, right? It means a fiery response from the Aussie CEO of the said league. Well, he got called a paid talking bobblehead from Norman. Still, this came way too late considering how eager he seems to be for a nice word battle. That's a wrap for this video. Do you agree with Tiger Woods, or do you think the LIV Golf isn't as malicious as it's made out to be? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.